This is Michael Imhotep, founder of the African History Network, host of the African History Network show. It is Sunday, October 22nd, 2023. I want to invite you to join me for a free class session of my 12-lesson online history course, Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Maafa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. You can join us at our online school, Sunday, October 22nd, 2023, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm getting ready to teach this special class session. And we deal with thousands of years of history and what leads up to the transatlantic slave trade taking place. You can register at our website, theafricanhistorynetwork.com, theafricanhistorynetwork.com. We have the information in the description here, and I just posted the link here also. Okay, so the session that we're in now, we're dealing with Christopher Columbus and the African Holocaust, Slavery and the Rise of European Capitalism by Dr. John Henry Clark. Christopher Columbus is central to understanding the transatlantic slave trade and the spread of the transatlantic slave trade. Last class, we dealt with the Moors lost power in Europe, especially in Spain. So if you missed any of the previous classes, we do the sessions live. All the sessions are archived and recorded. You can go back and watch the class sessions anytime, even after the 12-week or the 12-lesson online course is over with. Okay, so the full class is on sale, discounted price only $60. It's $130 value. We're doing a free class session today. When we study Cristobal Colon or Christopher Columbus, we have to understand that he never came to the land that we call the United States of America. The closest Columbus came to what we call the United States of America is Cuba, which is 90 miles away. And he set sail August 3rd, 1492 on the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Later in the same year that the Moors lose control of their last stronghold in Spain, which is Granada, January 2nd, 1492. So the past two classes, we dealt with some of the history of the Moors in Europe. We dealt with how they lost control. We dealt with fragmentations between African Moors as well as Arabs over puritanical Islam. In today's class, we're going to look at some more excerpts of Christopher Columbus and the African Holocaust, Slavery and the Rise of European Capitalism by Dr. John Henry Clark. Now, if we look here at, let's look at the class outline for lesson number 12, okay? The decline of Moorish power in Spain, Christopher Columbus, and the African Holocaust. And hopefully you can see this. Let's try to blow this up some more. Okay. All right, so we discuss excerpts of a lecture that Dr. Jose Pimenta Bay did in the 1990s, dealing with the decline of Moorish power in Spain. We discussed the Crusades and the Dark Ages. We talked about Joie de Piet, Black Pete, and center class. And Black Pete was a Moor. And we see Joie de Piet and Black Pete celebrated in the Netherlands and in Holland. And we know that center class was the prototype for St. Nicholas Santa Claus. Now we know that St. Nicholas was a real person, but the mythological character of center class is where you get the secular character of Santa Claus. All right, we know center class had a red cape, had a white outfit, long white beard, and this is where you get the jolly fellow with the fat belly and the rosy cheeks, things like this, popularized by cartoonist Thomas Nast in the late 1800s. Thomas Nast, and probably first introduced by Clement Clark Moore in his poem A Visit from St. Nicholas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even the mouse. Okay, so you get this put into popular culture, but it comes from this religious figure that the Dutch bring into the colonies, the British colonies, in the early 1700s. And then you have Joie de Piet, Black Pete, who's a Moor, who's a servant of center class. Okay, so we dealt with this history in our previous class. When you register for the full course, you can go back and watch that as well. Okay, we dealt with some of the origins of Christmas as well. We talked about the first Crusades, 1096 to 1099, between Christians and Muslims over control of Jerusalem and passage and pilgrimage to Jerusalem. We talked about who the Knights Templar were, formed around 1118, right around the time of the Second Crusades, and they're dealing with some of the teachings that the African Moors take into Europe that come from the Nile Valley region of Africa, especially ancient Kemet. And we dealt with how the Knights Templar lost power. We talked about the connection between the Knights Templar and Freemasonry. We know the foundation of Freemasonry, the teachings coming from the ancient Kemetic mystery system or the ancient Egyptian mystery system. We got into excerpts of Christopher Columbus and the African Holocaust, Slavery and the Rise of European Capitalism by Dr. John Henry Clark. We also started talking about the origins of the transatlantic slave trade in 1441, but we dealt with thousands of years of history that led up to the transatlantic slave trade taking place. So visit our website, theafricanhistorynetwork.com, theafricanhistorynetwork.com. You can register right now. As soon as you scroll down the page, you'll see the information for the online class and today's session, Sunday, October 22nd, 6 p.m. Click right here, free class session. You can register there and click here to register for the full 12-lesson online course. And we're going to get started here in just a minute at our online school, okay? And we have the information in the description of this broadcast. The content is PG-13. I would say the content is PG-13, so you can use it with your children. It's not overly graphic, or I don't do a lot of cursing, anything like that. It's very visual. I do a PowerPoint presentation. We have book references, articles, video clips. I put together the whole class. I'm a historian, studying history, 30 going on 32 years. We reference 80 to 100 articles, 15 books. You don't have to buy these books to follow along in class. We usually show you excerpts of it right on the screen, okay? All right, we have to get out of here. Remember, right now is correct wrong behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever, and we'll see you in class.